So I want to tell you today a bit about balancing equations. If I have an equation that says 2a plus 6 equals 12, I like to think about this in actual real terms. So if I take this and I think about it as being on a seesaw, with my equals being my fulcrum, because our equation has to be balanced on both sides. So if I put 12 on this side of my equation, then what do I put on this side? So 2a, that means I have two a's. 2a is a plus a, and I have a plus 6. My fulcrum is my equal sign. So to balance this equation, we know that to balance a seesaw, if you take one person off one side, you have to take the same amount of weight off the other side. So here, let's start with the number 6. So I can take 6 off this side by subtracting 6. Now, we know that if I subtracted 6 from here, this side would instantly become lighter on a seesaw and this side would fall down. So if I take 6 off this side, I also must take 6 off this side. So now what's left on our balance beam, or on our seesaw, is 2 a's on this side, and they're equal to the 6 on this side. Okay, so here I had 2 a's and a 6, and here I had 12. If I take 6 off this side, I have to take 6 off this side to keep my balance the same on both sides. Now, I have 2 a's on this side, but I don't have any a's on this side. So I can't just subtract an a from this side. But because I have 2 a's, and I only want to find out what 1 a is, I can divide my side by 2. So I can take one of those a's out, because I know that half of these 2 a's is going to be the half of this. So what I'm doing, so remember this was 2a, so I'm actually going to change this now back to 2a, and because this is 2 lots of a, or 2 times a, we're going to divide this side by 2, and therefore we need to also divide this side by 2. So 2a's divided by 2 leaves me with a, and we've got to make it balanced, so the 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now we're saying that my a must be equal to 3. So if we go back to the original equation, this says 2 times, now a we know is 3, 2 times 3 plus 6 equals 12. So our equation, our answer is true. A equals 3. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the same to the other side.